Hi, in this video, we are going to discuss about how to classify application with data center. Okay, and how to decide VM sizing. Basically, you need to understand in the high level how much VM. Of course, you need to have more calculation with respect to IO, with respect to application load. But in high level, how you need to get some benchmark uh, idea, and also how to if you go to any project, how you can easily identify the areas where you can save your cost. Okay, so first we will go with the classify application with data center. Okay, so I have a very small one. So in last session, we have discussed about the data center types, how critical data center, how less critical data center, how development related offering data center and standalone data center. So we will classify as tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Okay, so tier 4, it's a mission critical data centers for any critical application offering. So the same way, now we need to know how can I match application to these data centers. So, so most of the people now they want to have some high level benchmark. So with respect to application, there is a standard called business continuity value, BCV applications. So if you want to map, then BCV1 is a really critical application. BCV2 is almost a critical application, not fully. So BCV, business continuity value, BCV3, most of the developed or in develop in progress application. BCV4, it's a very less critical application. So you need to first identify your application falling into the which category in BCV value. Then it will be easy for you to map it. Of course, there will be a custom deployments based on the client budget. You need to, this is the general idea, okay, to start with. So this is the easiest table you can map it with. And go for the next one. Next one is how to decide VM sizing, how much VM you need. Okay, so we will see a simple calculation. We will take one XYZ bank. So the bank app web page size is 80 KB. Okay, if the size 80 KB, then you can ask or you can discuss with your team, pull out the last 6 months utilization and what is the minimum traffic in last 6 months. So 1000 requests. So 1000 requests means it's a 80,000 KB load. And what is the maximum peak traffic in last 6 months? So 20,000 requests in one particular hour, peak hour. So which is this is the full size KB. So if 20,000 requests coming at a time, then you need this capacity. Okay, so now as a senior person or as a technical person, you also need some benchmarking report, load testing benchmark report. So that load testing report, normally you need to look these details. So they should have performed, first they will take one CPU machine, 1 GB RAM machine. Okay, they will fire the request, and till 200 requests the machine is fine, there is no crash. So they firing 200 one request, the machine is getting crashed. So they will mark these details. So up to 200 requests with this size of application is fine. So 1600 KB. So they will continue further, but they will increase 2 CPU, 2 GB RAM. Now they will fire one by one up to 400 requests. Up to 400 requests, again, this capacity machine is really fine. So they record the same and the same they will increase further. So how much we need? We need the 1000 because 1000 into 80, 80,000. So 1000, we got the right performance in 5 CPU and 20 GB memory. You record this, and they will keep on continue the load testing up to 20,000. They will not stop up to 20,000, but they will carry out minimum what we require plus 30 to 40%. So for 20,000 request, it was fine with 10 CPU, 60 GB RAM. So this is your minimum, this is your maximum. This is the high level way, but still we need to think about the other parameters also. But to start with, this is the very good starting point to consider it. So wherever you go, any project, you apply this. At least you will come up with some approximate benchmark, okay, which will help you to speak or analyze further. And we will go the next one, VM server sizing and bill saving. So my recommendation is, if you go to any project, okay, say for example, the project is having 4,000 servers, 4,000 servers overall. So in this, how much production servers? Say for example, you have say 200 production servers, you have say 300 development related overall. You have say 20 backup servers, you have say 7 penetration test servers. So like this, you classify it, okay, and you need to take the important one is how long you need to execute this uptime. So you really need these servers in the weekend? Do you really need? So you need to classify like this first wherever you go, and you need to first define and agree with the relevant stakeholders how much I need from this efficiency, means from this server. Okay, so from this you can classify the server and the agreed runtime. You can easily save a lot of cost from this. Then are you going to do this manual? No. So you need to create a relevant scripts and apply it via some trigger. If you go with the AWS, there is a Lambda. You can achieve this with the help of CloudWatch. Okay, if you have the on-prem, you can schedule this with Control M, AutoSys. There is a lot of tools are there, or simple. There is a hardware provider. Any rack provider also having a lot of utilities. If you go with Azure, there is a function, Azure function, and there is a lot of scheduling facility also is available. So if you go with the backup servers, then you need to understand what kind of a backup do you really need and when you need. So accordingly, you can make sure this server running time, this will be the massive cost in most of the projects. Okay, then how to consolidate this? So you need to understand the underutilized. So you can, if you have a 4 application servers, okay, think about if you consolidate this, what is the benefit? So you can consolidate if it is possible, wherever it is possible, the consolidation, you go for it. So if you have a auto scaling, better you go with the auto scaling. Means instead of running 4 servers, what is the minimum traffic? So minimum 1, maximum 4. Okay, so you create a necessary auto scaling rule with the CP based benchmark or disk based benchmark or specific application or specific trigger based rule. This will save a lot of cost. Okay, and I'm just clearing it down. So we will start discuss about the Azure related functionality in the next session. Stay tuned.